method for valuation of goodwill is super profit method, and under this method it is assumed that buyer's real benefit lies in excess profits, not in actual profits. Therefore, it is desirable to value goodwill on the basis of excess profits and not the actual profits. So here the goodwill is valued on the basis of excess profits, and excess profits are known as super profits. Then how goodwill is calculated? Let's see its steps. First step is to calculate capital employed. Then second step is to calculate average profits, as we have already discussed in the previous method. Third step is to calculate normal profits, and normal profits are equal to capital employed multiplied by normal rate of return. Fourth step is to calculate super profits. Super profits are equal to actual profits minus normal profits. And valuation of goodwill is the last step. Value of goodwill is equal to super profits multiplied by number of years purchased. So under this method, super profits are multiplied by number of years purchased. But in the previous method, that is the average profit method, actual profits were multiplied with the number of years purchased. So this is the difference between the two methods. Information is given to us in this question is that a firm earned net profits during the last 3 years. In the first year, profits are 18,000. In the second year, profits are 20,000. And in the third year, profits are 22,000. The capital investment of the firm is 60,000. So capital employed is given. Normal return on the capital is 10%. Normal return is also given to us 10%. Calculate value of goodwill on the basis of 3 years purchase of average super profits of the last 3 years. So first step in the calculation of goodwill according to the super profit method is to calculate the capital employed, but it is given to us. So we will write here capital employed, and the capital employed is given capital employed and the capital employed is 60,000 given to us. And the second step is to calculate normal profits. Normal profits is equal to capital employed multiplied by rate of return divided by 100. So here the capital employed is 60,000 and rate of return is given to us 10%. So normal profits are equal to 6,000. And the third step for calculation is to calculate average profits. 3 years profits are given to us, first, second and third year. And first year profits 18,000, then 20 and then 22. 18,000, 20,000 and 22,000, and its total profits are equal to 60,000, and average profits is equal to 60,000, that is total profits divided by the number of years, and number of years are 3. So average profits are 20,000 rupees, 20,000. And how goodwill is calculated? Now, as per the super profit method, next step is to calculate super profits and super profits are equal to average profits minus normal profits. Average profits we have calculated 20,000 and normal profits we have calculated as 6,000. 20,000 minus 6,000 is equal to 14,000 is the amount of super profits. And the last step is to calculate goodwill, and how goodwill is calculated under super profit method. Super profits are multiplied with number of years purchase. Super profits we have calculated 14,000 multiplied by number of years purchase is given to us in the question 3 years. So it is equal to, goodwill is equal to 42,000. If capital employed is not given in the question, capital employed means capital invested, then it will be calculated, and there are two approaches for calculating it. First is the asset side approach and second is the liability side approach. As per the asset side approach, capital employed is equal to all assets except goodwill, fictitious assets and non-trade investments minus outside liabilities. And second method is liability side approach, and capital employed will be equal to capitals plus reserves minus goodwill minus fictitious assets and minus non-trade investments. So these are the two approaches for calculating capital employed if not given in the question. In this question, we have been asked to calculate capital employed by liability side approach and asset side approach from the following balance sheet. On liability side, capital of Amrit and Sudhir is given 2 lakh, 2 lakh. Then reserves are given 1,80,000, sundry creditors 1,80,000 and outstanding expenses are 20,000 given. Then on asset side, land and building is given, goodwill, investments. Investments, if not mentioned in the question, whether trading or non-trading, it should be treated as non-trading investments, and non-trading investments should be excluded while calculating capital employed, so it should not be considered. Next is stock is given, sundry debtors, cash at bank and deferred revenue expenditure is given, that is advertisement suspense account. So we will start from the liability side approach. And on liability side approach, we have to calculate calculations of capital employed, and first approach is liabilities side approach. And under liability side approach, we will first write capital of Amrit and Sudhir. Amrit's capital is given to us rupees 2 lakh and Sudhir's capital is also 2 lakh. Then we will add reserves to it, and reserves are given to us in the question 1,80,000. We will not consider outside liabilities, so here we will get its total 5,80,000, and now we will deduct from it goodwill. Because goodwill is an intangible asset, it should not be considered while calculating capital employed. Goodwill is given to us in the question 60,000 and investments are 1 lakh. 60,000. Then investments 1 lakh And the last is advertisement suspense account is given to us 20,000. So here it is given 20,000. Advertisement suspense 20,000. So its total comes 1,80,000. So 1,80,000 is deducted from 5,80,000. The answer comes 4 lakh. So it is the capital employed. Then the second approach for calculating capital employed is asset side approach. Asset side approach, and here we will write all assets except all assets total is given to us in the question 7,80,000. 7,80,000, but we will not consider goodwill, so we will deduct from here goodwill amounting to rupees 60,000. We will also deduct investments 1 lakh, and we will also deduct advertisement suspense account, that is 20,000. So we will deduct in total 1,80,000 from the total of assets. It comes 6 lakh. Then we will deduct outside liabilities, and outside liabilities consist of outside liabilities sundry creditors 1,80,000 and outstanding expenses 20,000. So sundry creditors 1,80,000, and next is outstanding expenses are 20,000 given to us. So total is 2 lakh, and after deducting it, the capital employed comes 4 lakh. So here the capital employed is 4 lakh.